Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Listening. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. We'll start with the lesson. In our last class, we had discussing on a TCL scripting, and we had discussed the different commands or instruction types in a TCL scripting. And in a thing that we had discussed, how an if statement can be there in a TCL script, and if statement. The conditional statement will be given within a flower brace, and the true part will start in a same line, so that you have to keep in your mind. I told you that, and we have did the program that is finding a largest number and a second largest number of three numbers. That program we have did, in that we have seen how a else if will work, else if ladder will work, and how a if statement can be there, sorry, within another if statement. That also we have seen, and how the health part can be given in a TCL scripting. That also we have seen in a last class. Now coming to the next session or a next class, after an if statement, we'll go with an loops, and we'll see how the loops will work, and for loop, while loop, how these loops will work in a TCL. Sorry, TCL scripting, and how it will be helpful to do the different programs. Now I'll share the PPT. Later on, we'll go to the live session on that particular thing. Share. This we had discussed in the last class only. Variables, everything is over. Now, yeah, this statement is also done. Increment over. Yeah. Coming to the while loop. Now you see the syntax of a while loop here, everyone. So how a while loop will work? Same like an C program, but the main thing for any conditional statement, the thing should be followed like this. The condition will be given. The condition statement or a condition thing will be given within a flower brace, and a body of the loop will be opened in the same line. That you have to keep in your mind. As you know that the while loop will work as if like C programming only. If condition is true, whatever is the instructions is there in a body of a while loop, it will be keep on executing until the condition becomes the false. So otherwise, if condition is true, it will be keep on running. Now, because of that, how to increment or decrement the particular value based on that particular value, how to terminate the particular loop, that you will see, means we will do as we are doing in a C program. And you observe here how the increment variable is set before the while loop. Why? Because in while loop, there will be only condition statement will be there. In even C program also same thing. So before that, we are initializing index value, that is an incrementing variable, that is set I to 1. So while $I, that is 1, is less than or equal to 10. So what we are put as on iteration, means it is there on iteration. $1 of 10, that is first it will show 1 of 10, 2 of 10, 3 of 10, 4 of 10, like that. Now how it will be done, this is very much important. Many of the students will miss this particular statement. If you miss this particular statement, it will be in an infinite loop. That you have to keep in your mind always. So in a while loop, increment statement should also be there in a body of a while loop. So INCR I default 1 increment of the I value will be done. So initially I is 1. So after executing this put test statement, then I will become 2. 2 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. Again get inside. Now put test statement, that is 2 of 10. Again it will become 3. 3 is less than or equal to 10. Like that until 10. 10 is less than or equal to 10. True. So 10 of 10. Then it will become 11. 11 is less than or equal to 10. False. Once it is false, means it will come out of that particular while loop. So in this way, the while loop will be executed in a TCL scripting. Coming to the next thing, that is the for loop. Now observe the for loop. It is same like a C program where three parts will be there in a for loop. One is an initializing statement, another one is a conditional statement, another one is a increment statement. Now see, all the statements are given within a flower braces, that you have to keep in your mind, and will not be given together, means separately we are going to give. That is within two flower braces. First we are setting a I value to 1, same program, the previous what we did with the while loop. Then conditional statement will be there, that is $I is less than, means value of I is less than or equal to 10, then INCR of I, incrementing I by 1. In this way, the for loop will be there in a TCL scripting. So now while loop and a for loop, both loops are there where you can do the different programs on that particular thing. Now you can see how a different programs we done. So write a program that keeps asking user for numbers seen and prints the average of the numbers. So how you can do this particular program? First you think, everyone you think. So I repeat the question here. Write a program that keeps asking user for numbers till the blank string, means just a blank string, is entered or seen, and whatever the numbers you have entered, you have to find the average of that particular numbers. So if you want to do this particular program, definitely you must go for an loop. So based on that particular choice or an input, whatever you are giving, if that input is equal to blank space, then automatically you should terminate that particular concept. With that particular thing. So how you are going to do this particular program? So now we'll do with an online, and later on you can practice in your laptops. Now just I'll close this particular PPT. We'll stop here only. We'll go for a live session. So again, I'll back with the video here, right? And again, I'll going to share the window with Fedora, that is VMware. See, yeah. Now back here with the VMware. Now in last, this is a program example two which we have did, that is largest of three, largest and second largest of three numbers. So now we'll close this. We'll back to the terminal. Clear. Right. Now again we'll start the next program, gedit example 3.tcl. The .tcl is must, you know, everyone, right? Now we'll get into the thing. Now what is the first thing which you have to keep in a mind? That is, first we must ask the user enter a number, means until he will he will press, he will give the blank. So you should keep on taking that particular numbers. So first I'll start like this. First we'll do put s enter a number, enter a number, or enter blank space, sorry, space to stop. Just my intention here, what I am giving. Right. Now we should go with a loop only here. Means that means continuously we should keep on taking an input, and you keep on sorry, and keep on adding that particular input. How you will keep on adding that particular input, and you will generate a sum. After generating a sum, how many number of variables, means how many number of values you have entered, divided by that sum will give you an average. Now what you need here is, whatever a number you are taking, first you should do the sum of that. That is, sum variable is needed. Sum is equal to sum plus of whatever a value you have taken. So don't keep array in your mind. Now we are not dealing with an array. Without array, you have to do this particular program. So after this, then what will be the next thing? Once a sum has been generated, you must know how many numbers user has entered. But here, how many you will enter, we don't know. So you need one a counter variable. So based on that counter variable, you will come to know that how many times the user has entered this particular means how many numbers he has entered. So for this we need a sum variable as well as you need a counter variable. Both we will initialize. Later on we'll go with the other things. Now assume what I will do here. Set, for example, I will do like this: sum with 0 and set. I will take some count variable, count to 0. Both have set it to 0. This is a one part which I have did. Now, usually what I will do, I will ask the user means to compare that particular number, whatever a number user has taken. So that should be keep on repeating. How it will be keep on, sorry, how it will be keep on repeating. Now I'll tell like this. After the printf statement, set, I will take some num only. User as entering a num. So set num. You take get s of std in. Why have taken before loop? This question arises always. So within a loop I will take means if I within a while loop assume what a while loop is telling that if condition is true then only the while loop will execute. For example, dollar of num is equal to null. If I give, then it doesn't execute because of that particular reason. First I am taking a value. Now if user enters some particular value, assume he will enter a number, whatever may be the thing. So what I will do here, observe carefully, while dollar num is equal to space or a blank, whatever is there. So a blank space he has to enter always. So I have told you that. Now close this while loop. So if that is equal to that, then you should means whatever is there means if this is not equal, again you should ask the user number. Once it is equal, you should come out of the while loop. Either way, you can do this particular thing. Now, if I will do like this, we'll make it as a not equal to. I'm thinking I'm doing an online here only, just like that. So not equal to null. Assume if it is not equal to null, what I will do next again, I'll take set. No, this value I should add for sum. Already is there, but sum set. Sorry, set sum as expr of dollar of sum plus dollar of num. Observe the statement. How the statement it is there, whatever I'm setting a sum value again, already sum value I've initialized it to 0. So in square brackets, the first statement will be executed. That is 0 plus whatever a number it has been entered, that value will be stored again in a sum. Right. Now, come back here again. Set sum is equal to. Now again, set num you should ask again from the user, that is get s std in. Right. Yeah, right. And initially we have initialized the number and here the number is there, so we'll make it as a 1. So already one number we have taken, correct? No, so we are initializing that to 1. So again we are setting and we are asking a user to enter a particular number. So here counter plus plus we have to do, that is what I will do here, incr count. correct? So increment the count. After getting a value, you increment the count. Let it be. We'll see. We'll check. So these things I need. I think so. Finally, sum will be generated until a blank space has been entered. Once the sum has been generated and you got the number of how many numbers of the numbers are inputted. Once the count is there, so finally you can find an average that is set avg in this expr. So what you have to do now, that is dollar sum divided by, we should go for what is that, count. So that is dollar count. So this is one thing. So finally we are going to print that particular text, that is the, sorry, put s. So put as the sum of input numbers, the sum of input numbers is dollar sum, right? Next, put as the average of input numbers is dollar avg. So I think we have did it. So set sum to 0, set count to 1, set num, get as std in, first value will be taken. Although then it will comes here not equal to null true, so it will get inside. So later on sum it will generate, then afterwards again it will ask a number. So now again a number is given, again not equal true, again sum will be generated. Like that count will also be incrementing. So average is there. Okay, I think this will execute, I think. Close this, come back here. So command is TCL shex3 dot TCL. We'll check it out now. Enter a number or a blank space to stop. Now I will enter 10. So only one time the protest we have given, correct? So again it is asking the value. So I will give 20. So I will give 30. Okay, I'll give 40. Let it be. Now I'll give a space out. Now see the sum here. 30, 30, 60, 40, 100. Sum is correct. So 100 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4. 100 divided by 4. Am I right? It's coming correctly? Coming correctly? Coming correctly? Listening? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Listen. Correct ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ನೋಡಿ? Average correct ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? 100 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 4 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಆ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ದಟ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ದೆನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ an idea here. Just I'll give here put s the number of the total number of values that related with is dollar count. Sorry, no space here. Is dollar count. Oh. Again run the program. Again I'll give same thing, 10, 20, 30, 40 and a space. 5 value, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 are there, it's taking 5. That's why it's giving 20, it's wrong. So what we have to do, so again Go back to the program. Count, it's coming with more, so make it 0. So save this. Let's check it. Come back again. Now again, I'll give 10, 20, 30, 40, space 25. Now it is correct. 4 parts. So average is 25. Any doubt in this program? Any doubt? Any doubt in this program?
No, sir.
See here how we have did the program. Very simple. What is the question they have asked? They have asked the question like this: until the blank space, you keep on inputting the numbers, and finally find the average of the numbers which has been inputted. So to find the average of a numbers, we need a sum of the numbers and how many numbers user has entered. So for that we have taken sum and count two variables. Sorry, sum and count two variables. One sum will take a sum of the inputted values, and count will count how many values the user is going to input. First default will ask one value from the user for a comparison purpose. So why? Because in a while loop, if condition is true, then only will enter to the while loop. That means we need a value for num here before. This is very much important. Everyone will miss this particular statement, I think so. If you miss this particular statement, what happens? I will tell you. See, if you miss this particular statement here, no value for sum will be, sorry, num will be there. So because of this particular thing, it will be done like that. Otherwise, you can go with another thing, that is you can set the num to 0. Then 0 is not equal to blank. Again 0 will be added with 0, same concept. Again num is there, so again you keep on entering. So if you keep on giving data there, means numbers there, it will keep on taking. Either way you can do, it's left to you. So I have did like this. So in this way you can execute this particular program. So you can do like this. The other programs also, yeah, all C programs, whatever is there, you can do that particular C programs. Now make a note here of some particular programs to practice the TCL scripting. Take down everyone, take down everyone. Generate a Fibonacci series. Generate a Fibonacci series up to n number. Generate a Fibonacci series up to n number. Next, generate a prime numbers from m to n. Generate a prime numbers between. Generate a prime numbers between m to n. Generate a prime numbers between m to n, where you have to use a for loop there. M to n. Then find the reverse of a number. Find the reverse of a given number. Find the reverse of a given number. You can take reverse of a given number. So you do this three programs, and you will get some particular idea on how to do a TCL program. Same like a C program, you have to write a programs and you will do. Maybe you will get errors and all, you can discuss with me. Otherwise, we'll discuss that in a next class also. But you have to do on your own, then only you'll feel how you are going to execute. As I have shown one program to you, and remaining programs, that is Fibonacci numbers and generating prime numbers from m to n, and the reverse of a number. Already I think you have did even in your BCAs as well as in your MCA also when studying C++. Now again, if you do in a TCL script like that, you will come very closer to the syntax of the TCL instructions of loops and conditional and assignment statements. This is a motto why means object why I have given that particular programs to you. Now we'll back with again the PPT, and we'll go further in what other concepts of a TCL scripting. I'll stop this live demo, and again we'll go with the PPT. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Back here. See how they have did a program here. Set input not done. So not done. Some string they have taken here. So you can see here dollar input not equal to null. Flush std out. They are flushing. So that's the thing. Set input. So they are asking the input if input not equal to space set total expr they are calculating increment count same thing they are doing. So close this, close. If a dollar of count is equal to zero, notice you did not enter any number, else set average of that, that is double. They are using a double here, means float they are using. I did an integer division. So dollar total divided by count. Same concept. Almost it's the same concept. They have did some more specifically. That's it. Now coming to the next concept. This is another one very important concept in this particular. This one means uh, TCL scripting. That is a function or a procedure. A function or a procedure can be a one. What is a procedure or what is a function? In a C program, you know about a functions, right? A individual block of an instructions with one particular unique name, which will be called in a main, from which will be called from a main program. Same concept here also. That is, you can create your own procedure, the which is repeating means which may be repeating for a many times in your program or a main program. So you can create one particular procedure or a function for that, and you can put the instructions in that particular function. Now you see here, according to here, you have to use a keyword called as PROC, that is proc. Proc indicates that the coming name on that particular name, a procedure or a function will be created. For that function, this is a definition of a function here. How it will be called from a main function, I will tell you. Now you see here, first you have to define a function. What is this? Before calling the function should be defined. This always you have to keep in your mind. For example, I'll tell you, before defining a function, if you call the function, TCL script interpreter doesn't knows about your procedure or on a function, correct? So here, where to define the function, wherever you want, you can define the function. There is no rule. But before calling, you have to define. This is a one particular must and should thing which you should follow. That is, before calling a function in a main program, you have to define that particular function wherever you want. So that's the one thing. So that is proc add to. You can see here this is an arguments, means within a flower braces this arguments, whatever parameters coming from. This is a parameters, it can catch the argument values. Now the function is opened here. Observe here, this is a block which has been opened, continuation. Now a set of the instructions you can give. Observe carefully here the return statement. As if like a C program, you should return the value to the main program. Whatever a value you want, you have to return here. What actually this particular function is telling to you, we are sending in a number, means we are sending one particular value, and that value will come and sit in this particular, sorry, number variable. And what happens to that, and it will be set to a variable. How it will be set, the number, what the value, whatever it has been sent to the number, plus 2 will be added to that, and it will be set to a, and a value is returned back. That means plus 2 value will be returned back to the main programs. So in this way, this particular procedure definition, or you have to define the procedure or a function. Coming to the next, how to call this particular procedure or a function. You can see here, whatever is there here, add one, two, like this. Means how many arguments you are sending, based on that you have to give. So this is a one which is there here, that is, so add one, means add is in a function here. So number is there, and within flower prices you can see by one. That is, either you can send a two values, either you can send a one value. It's left to you. So whatever a value you are sending here, means it will take the things, that is one and a 2. Whatever the value you are sending here, 1 and 2 will be taken here, number and by. See here, by 1. Whatever is there, by is considered here, right? So here only 1. So what will be the return value here? Assume here 1 is coming here, 1 plus 1. Here by is always 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 it will come. 1 and 2 is a, so 1 and 2 will come here. 1 and 2 will be added. 3 will be returned back. Now 1 and by also you are sending. If you doesn't send a by, default by is 1. If you send a by, it is a default value which I am telling. So if you send a by value, means two values if you are sending, and this one will be neglected here. That's it, very simple. So 1 plus minus 1 is 0. So 0 will be, we will be returned back to you. In this way, a procedure will be called just with a name and a argument. So you can set this also, means you can set this value to other variable, means set within square brackets you have to give this particular values. So output screen, as we know already, we have discussed these things, that is put as command. You know already how the put as command is going to work. Comments also we had discussed already. And then setting the results of evaluation function also we had discussed. Keyboard entry also assignment one, it's repeating. Just a minute. While loop over, for loop over, procedures from here. Yeah, global space. Now this is another one important thing which you should know. For example, assume there is a variable called error counter, which is the outside variable from this trigger error procedure. See, this is a trigger error which has been defining here. And what do you mean by this? This error count variable is a main program variable. The same main program variable, if you want to use in this function, then you have to globalize that particular variable. If you doesn't globalize that, the variable what you are defining in this particular function or a procedure will be local to that particular procedure only. For example, if I want to use a main variable functions, then automatically I should go with a global variables, means I should make a global error count. That means I'm using the main program variable which has been already defined, that you are telling to the interpreter in a procedure. But if you doesn't use this, assume the error count will become a local variable here. So it never follows the outside values. So because of that particular reason, if you want to use the outside variable within a function, then you have to globalize that particular variable. That is global that variable what outside variable if you tell. So same variable value or same variable instance will be used in this particular function also. Now we will do one live program on a functions where you can understand clearly, and later on we'll go to the arrays or a list in a TCL scripting. So how, means just I'll stop this PPT. We'll go with again, I'll back here and we'll go with the live program execution back here. So Fedora, I'm sharing. Yeah, now I'll close this example 3 also. Come back here. Yeah, I'll close this. Now we'll go with gedit example 4 dot TCL. Now we are back here. Now what I told you that in a function you have to do that particular. Assume that adding of two numbers will do a function. Just for a second, adding of two numbers will do one particular function. Now what I'll do, put as enter value for a, right? Now set, I have not defined a function, keep in your minds, set a what I should give, set a get from a keyboard, that is get as std in. So store in a right. Now put as enter value, sorry, enter a value for b. Now again set b, that is get s std in. So I've taken 3. Now what I mean to do this, c is equal to a plus b I have to do, but let that will be done in a function. So how that will be done in a function? My intention is like this: set c, set c what I'll call with an add function. What is that? Let it be add space. I will give dollar a and a dollar b. Right. So now c value has been set. Now again I'll tell the sum of sum of uh, dollar a and dollar b is dollar c. Now done. Now where to define a function? So before calling of this add, you should define wherever you want. In beginning you can define, or wherever you can define this particular function. So before calling, before this set c add a dollar a dollar b whatever is, before of this anywhere you can define. Just I'll define here only. You can see proc, right? So add within flower braces. Take some x, then I'll take y. Yeah, okay. 2 variables, right? So then I'll take here, set z as expr dollar of x plus dollar of y, right? Correct, correct. So then what I will do, return value of set, that is dollar set. Just close this. According to me now function is correct. Let me see this, whether the value of arguments what I have taken is correct or not. Means I given a space here. If you given, you have to give clearly, otherwise it's wrong. So okay, x and y I have taken, means a and b I am sending, that will be cached in x and y is adding, and value is storing in a z value I'm returning back, and that value will be stored in a c, and finally I'm going to display that. Close this. Now run this particular program. So here I'll make it as a 4, right? Yeah, enter a value for 10 and 20, 30. Yes, the sum of 10 and 20 is 30. Correct. Now our program is working correctly. Now means it's taking a value and it's working correctly. Now I'll go back to the program. You can see here. Yeah, I will copy this, means I'll cut this definition x and I'll put in a beginning. Well, wherever you want you can put before calling of that particular function. Not an issue. Save. Now close this. Now again I'll run this program. Yeah, enter a value 10 and again 20. Yeah, 30, right? So that's that you can do. But usually students, what they will make a mistake, if you define a procedure whatever is there here, right, whatever is there after calling, then it will give you the error. Why it will give you the error? The interpreter doesn't know what is I add here. So it will tell add is an unknown command. So it can't execute. So then it will tell same error here also. Then afterwards, interpreter always line by line execution it will do, no. So because of that particular reason, when it comes to add, still then we have not defined any function on that name. Correct? Why? Because we copied now later. Now you can see here, I will enter. This is an interpreter line by line execution. 20. Now it will give error. See, error. What it tells? command so that you can't take. So that because of that particular thing, you are going to get an error. Now I think I have shown you when to define a function, then how to define a function in a TCL script, and how you can send even a arguments. Now I will take back this to the before calling the function. Let it be here only. Usually it's good that you will define all the functions in beginning itself. It will be good to know always. Right. Now save this. Saved. Now, what about a global variables? That I want to know about that. I don't want to use x and y and all. I want to use means only the variables. Means I want to use the same variables a and b in function also. Now you see here. Same variables if you want to use, no need to send the values. Right. Now see, just add, it is there here, right? And it doesn't have any arguments. You also remove this arguments here. Now we'll go with dollar $A dollar $B, right? Dollar $A dollar $B, correct. Return set. Now if I run this, I have not made a global. If I run this, my intention is I want to use same variable A and B in my function. This is my intention. So now A and B, I'm thinking that same values will be there, but it will give you the error. Why? Because A and B are the variables where the values not at all defined. Now you see here, I'll close this and I'll run this particular program. Right, I'll give 10 again 20. Now you observe here, error is there. What is the error here? Expression $A and $B, no such variables. That type of variables are not there, not defined. For your sake, I'll take like this, right? So if you define this variables, whatever variables here, if you define that variable doesn't. But here, that variables are there. So how to make a globalize here? This is very much important. Now observe the thing, global, yes, A space B, no commas, A space B. Now observe the program. Right, now observe the program. Yeah, 10, 20, 30. Now it's working. That means that what is the importance of this particular statement? Now you have understood. If I want to use here in the function, if I want to use the outside variables or main function variables, then I have to globalize this variables with the command global. That you have to think in your mind always. So in this way, you can use different procedures, functions, or you can send the values and you can evaluate that. In the TCL script will be working like that. Now I'll stop this slide sharing. We'll back with the video back here. Now, so then if we go back to the PPT, again we will go with an arrays. So defining arrays and associative arrays, two topics are there. Once defining that two topics, you can go with the other means TCL script will end at that particular point, and I will tell you what is OTCL. That is also important. Why? Because how you can create an instant object there or a dynamic object there using a new command. So how you can create an object to the C++ programs or a C++ program which is outside of a TCL script, how you can can create an object and how that object can be called in your TCL script, and how you can handle the different variables of that particular class after creating an object. That we are going to see in a next class. So tomorrow class will be there on 10:50. As usual, according to the timetable, 10:50 it will be there. 10:50 to 11:50. I think, if possible, I will take again in afternoon also. Why? Because lab is there. So in a lab hour also we will utilize. Tomorrow we'll complete the TCL script, and we'll go for what is NS2 and why NS2, why network simulator is needed, and why the evaluation of a network scenario you have to do, and how the performance can be evaluated using a network simulator. All these things I will tell you after giving a brief introduction to NS2 and all. After completing that session, we'll go with, as usual, our lab programs. Another 3 hours, most probably, another 3 hours I need for this particular thing. So we'll complete that. Later on, we'll go with a lab program. Once we'll enter to the lab program, we'll do one lab program. We'll come back to our theory session again. So any doubts here, you can ask me. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much for the session. Tomorrow we'll meet at 10:50. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.